Welcome back, people. Hope you're all keeping yourselves well, keep yourself busy, and keeping yourselves in the gym. Today, I'm going to be going over a push session for you all. I'm going to show you a little bit of the mobility I do beforehand, then run you through the session itself. I'm probably going to do a voiceover purely because the music in this gym is so loud that you're not going to be able to hear shit. So I will talk you through why I'm doing what I'm doing, and obviously the order in which I'm doing it, why I'm doing that order, etc., etc. Then I will show you the physique afterwards. Always my favorite part of the session. I actually don't like training or eating. I just like looking a certain way. So that's why we put ourselves through all this. And then, yeah, when I'm done, I will see you all back in here and we will talk about it and we will discuss life. And yeah, you can tell me your thoughts and whatnot, all 72 of you watching. So, love to you all. Please like and subscribe. Helps me and actually keeps me somewhat motivated to do these. Not that I should require external motivation or validation, but this is the world we live in. So, yeah. Big ups yourself. Have a good day. Bless. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the gym. Beautiful. So I'm going to walk you through the session. I'll give you some tips about kind of what I'm doing, but we'll start off here. Low dumbbell incline press. This was my final warm-up set. I did 2 warm-up sets prior to this. And in this set, I'm literally just getting close to my working weight. I literally feel it for like 3 or so reps just so the jump in weight isn't crazy. And I also don't want to fatigue myself before this main working set. So here I've got the 42.5 kilo dumbbells. In this gym, the dumbbells are super small. I've never actually seen dumbbells this size before. And funnily enough, it makes it really hard to balance them and use them. Typically, dumbbells are a bit longer, and for whatever reason, it just makes it easier to use. These feel excessively heavy. As you can see as well, probably on here, I've got a band around the bench itself on the seat. I have this for all my pressing movements because I feel that it stops me from shifting about as much, which you obviously want. You want as much stability as possible with all of your pressing, and I just feel that gives it to me. So I do the same thing whenever I'm flat pressing as well, because otherwise usually I'm sliding up and down, especially if I'm wearing a t-shirt and not a vest. Keys in terms of execution here, again, I'm not taking it far past parallel just because my shoulders feel gross whenever I try and go any lower. Dumbbells at a 45-degree angle. I'm kind of focusing on driving my elbows and my biceps across my chest as I do get to the top there. And main emphasis being on not holding too long in that lockout at the top, even as you get fatigued, because it almost turns it into a rest pause set. And obviously you want to keep the chest under a constant tension. So exercise 2, again, first exercise obviously requires a good level of stability. Now this second exercise, stability is no longer really required. So I'll go onto machine. Again, it's an incline hammer strength press here. I've got 2 20s and a 15 on each side. Again, goal here, nice deep stretch with as much as is possible in the bottom without my shoulders getting irritated. And again, just driving through, keeping your chest tall and not kind of letting it sink in. I think that's one of the things you see a lot of times with people is they allow their shoulders to kind of cave over and take control of the movement. Hence why, a lot of people, well, the majority of people walk around with very overdeveloped front delts. Second set here, slight reduction in load. I took 10 kilo off each side. And again, very much the same thing, trying to keep pretty solid speed of rep throughout. And again, no pausing at the top, maybe a touch of a pause at the bottom. You can see kind of the lack of evenness throughout my body, I suppose you could say here. My left shoulder is really dodgy. As you can see, I'm very uneven, so I do need to get that addressed with a scan and some therapy like massage work, because yeah, it's not too good. So after my 2 presses, I then go on to some lateral raises. So here I do 3 working sets, all between that 10 to 15 rep range. First set here, I've got the 15s. Again, in fairness, I probably could slow down a touch at the bottom there. I probably will actually do that for next week watching this video now, but these are beautiful exercises. I prefer to do dumbbells first, again, before I do any kind of cable laterals. And yeah, just taking these to failure. I don't think the lateral head of the delt requires too much volume. So again, a week I literally got like 6 working sets in. But anyway, this is the second set, much of the same thing. Goal here is driving elbows up, not allowing the hands to go past the elbow itself, and also keeping the arms somewhat out in front of you. So I'm not going straight out to the side. If you do that, you're probably going to recruit a lot of trap. So you keep them slightly in front. Again, that lines up a bit better with those fibers off the delt. Lots of science for you today. Aren't you lucky? Here I was going to stop the set earlier. I thought I was being a bitch, so then I did another rep and then realised I am actually a bitch. Uh, after I finished with those, I thought I would take my top off because I was feeling a juicy pump and I wanted to see it. And I thought, you know what? It's not too bad. So I had a little mid-session pose. I usually don't do this, but for the video, for the engagement, as I said, I'm sure I will get at least 70 viewers on here, so you can all appreciate my physique mid-session. But honestly, the pump now is very, very good. After that, last set, 10 kilos again. Constant tension throughout, same cues as every other set before that, and really just embracing the burn. And also, I'm trying not to swing too much because, again, I don't want this to turn into a full body movement where my delts are kind of getting a tiny little bit of work. I just want to do it until my delts are the main failing factor. And I believe I do get to that quite well. Yeah, there's not too much else for me to comment on. After this exercise, though, we go on to another lateral raise. I don't do any presses for my shoulders. I literally just do laterals. As you can see, my front delts are majorly overdeveloped anyway, so there's no need for me to do anything else to make them even bigger. For me, the main work has got to be on that lateral head of the delt. With cables, I set it up to be about in line at the bottom position of the movement. In all honesty, sorry, I should probably take that up one, so it's pulling in a direct straight line across. But again, goal here is arm in a straight line. Again, elbow getting up to kind of in line with that shoulder there. Again, constant tension throughout. Cable allows me to have as much tension at the bottom as I do at the top. So you want to allow the arm to come all the way down into that bottom position there and kind of milk the stretch, which you obviously don't get with the dumbbell because gravity pulling the dumbbell down therefore means there is minimal tension at the bottom there. Same thing on both sides. With these, actually, because my right arm, is stronger, I do my left arm first, however many reps I get, and then do my right arm for as many reps as I can. I then go onto my left arm again, and however many reps I then got on my right arm, I will then add that on. So, for example, if I start off and I get 11 reps on my left, 12 reps on my right, I'll then go back onto my left and just do one more rep, just so they're staying even, and I'm taking them to failure. Therefore, the intention is that they'll both grow. After that, I load the triceps in an overhead position. Usually with these, I'll either do this or a skull crusher. This week, actually, I used a different cable machine, and as you can see, the weight was ridiculously heavy. So I dropped it, I believe, at that rep. Yes, it was either rep 5 or 6, just because I realised I wasn't going to get a good 10 out of there. So I was like, cool, before I actually get to failure, I'm just going to drop it by 1 pin and then continue going through it so I can still fail in that kind of 10 to 15 rep range, because I don't want to load my triceps overly heavy in isolation works. Again, dodgy elbow. There's just no need to really load it that heavy, I don't believe. So again, yeah, just taking that to failure in a nice, safe manner. And then when I finished with those, obviously I'll do that on both arms. I did 3 sets there, and then I finished with 3 sets of a straight bar press down. Again, this is not really compound work, but more so, I would say, than the previous movement. Almost kind of like a dip hybrid-ish, I guess. The goal here, again, is much stretch as you can, but very forceful on the lockout. Again, I'm using quite a lot of weight on this for me, obviously. Again, just loading it in a different way, not loading it overhead. Yeah, that's pretty much all my tricep work for the week. Keep it very simple. I just need to get strong at doing both, and then hopefully my arms will not be little twigs anymore, because at the moment they definitely still are. Yeah, training at the moment going really well. Progression's being taken across the board pretty much every single session. Nothing to complain about. Niggles and injuries are probably at their all-time best. Usually I'm always in pain with something or else, but recently it's been pretty good, which is always a positive sign. It means my training's been good and I'm resting adequately, I'm eating well, and I'm not training like a twat, which is usually what is going to cause your injuries. Nice little failed rep there, and now we get on to the most important part of the session, which is my posing. So again, physique-wise, what I was talking about before, doing pretty well. I'm very happy with how the physique is progressing, how the strength is progressing. I feel like I've got a new level of fullness. It's obviously down to the 5 grams of creatine a day. I will obviously discuss that in a future video. I might even discuss that in the next video, but yeah. Top line's growing massively as expected. Delts, upper chest is actually I'm starting to have one. I had no chest at all really before. Yeah, training, nutrition good. that's all I've got to say really on that. Just enjoy the mid physique posing. Hopefully, if I do gain enough size, I will be back on stage in 2024, the back end of that. But I'm not going to make any promises because, as you can see, my back needs, in fact, all my physique needs a lot of work. But hope you enjoyed the voiceover, and I will hand back to myself now.
Right, people. So, as you would have seen, session is now complete. Obviously, I will have explained everything in the session, but it was a very, very good one. First one back in, it's been like 3 or 4 days now since I last trained, because I had all the tests done on my stomach yesterday, colonoscopy and OGD. Basically, from everything I've learned thus far, no issues with my stomach, which is obviously a bit of a pain in the ass because I was hoping they would say, oh, you've got this and this, and this is how we're going to treat it. The takeaway from that really is just going to be that I need to very slowly increase my food. The same way you'd slowly increase your weights in the gym over time. The same thing, obviously, I've been doing for the 7 years, like slowly, progressively. Well, that's a lie. For the last 2.5 years, been slowly, progressively overloading with weights. I just need to take food the exact same approach. So for me, I know baseline to, I mean, special subs and whatnot, I don't need as much food as what I think I previously needed as a natural to really put on weight. I feel that way anyway, and that's kind of what the data has been showing me. So I'm going to start this bulk or this push-up phase, whatever you want to call it, on 3,000 calories, which is obviously, most people listen to this be like, well, what the fuck you talk about? That's barely any food. For me, the second I start to really push food much past that, that's when I start running into issues with my stomach. So again, just very much need to stay in my own lane. So it will start at 3,000, and then I will literally only be adding 25 grams of carbs a week as and when needed, with the goal of literally pushing up body weight by 0.3 kilo a month, and keeping it like really, really conservative. Any more than that, obviously I'll take, but then I won't increase food. So again, 3,000 calories, and we'll see just where we go from there. But there's no point me trying to, be like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm going to do 700 grams of carbs a day, because I know what happens with me. I'll do it for a week, maybe 2 weeks tops, and then my stomach will give out, and then I'll just be back at square one again. I'll lose all the weight I've put on, and it's a massive waste of time. This is looking abysmal. I'm also going to get all my hair cut off because this shit is annoying me. I don't know what you lot think of it, but I'm not the biggest fan. Anyway, as I said, that's kind of the plan going forward. I'll get a few more sessions filmed. I'll be honest, I don't like filming. I said this in the last video. I do not like filming on my own because the tripod takes up so much fucking room when I've got to film it sideways. Because obviously, I need to stand further back because the camera is obviously cutting half my body off, so I need to go further back so you can see me all in shot. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, again, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it, and it's all from me. Love and peace. Speak to you all. See you all soon. Bless.